Good morning, guys. It is Frizzy Hair Wednesday? No, no, should be. You would think so by looking at me, but it's not. Does anybody else do this? Like this side, this is natural. I have not done anything. I've not brushed it. I washed my hair yesterday. I didn't put anything in it except shampoo and conditioner. So I have like natural wave. But this side of my hair doesn't want to do anything. It just goes, "Meh." And that's just really annoying. But I digress. It is Wellness Wednesday, or it is the day that I talk about my week as far as my health is concerned. A couple weeks ago, I let everybody know, hey, I'm struggling with my health. I'm struggling with my weight. It's time to get serious. So let's get some business first. First of all, last week I mentioned that I was working on building the Facebook page. It is a closed group to women only on Facebook called Finding Healthy for Women Only. And this closed Facebook group page is dedicated to women who are on their path to getting healthy. Look in the description box below. There is a link. If you click on that link, send a request. If you're a woman, I will accept it. I've been wanting to structure the group so that we can avoid any nasty confrontations. I think it's really important that we understand that we're all there to help each other. And each of us are going to have to find our own way of doing it. And I think that that's so important, that a journey to health, even though the approaches might kind of sort of be the same, they're also going to be very different. Our budgets are different. Where we live, the foods that are available are different. And so we need to be considerate of one another. We don't need to try to, drill what we think people should be doing into their heads. There's not going to be any of that, okay? We're encouraging one another in each other's walk, even though they're going to be different. So I really want to make that clear. There will be no soliciting of your products. I don't want any people trying to sell wraps or pills or anything like this. But what we will be talking about will be whole foods, sharing recipes, sharing struggles, and things like that. So that's what the group is going to be about. All right, so this has been a really crazy week, and for a lot of you who are like me, then you probably understand the struggle of a social eater. Anytime there's a social situation, food is most likely involved, and usually people have trays or bowls of food out that you can just munch on while you talk, and the food that is usually offered is not a healthy food. I mean, you don't really see people sitting around eating celery while they're talking. It's usually cookies, chips, and dip, stuff like that. So how did I do? What I did was I made foods to bring or to take that I knew I could eat and not worry. I didn't want to be one of those people, I can't eat that. I'll just wait till I get home. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make enough to share, and it's going to be delicious, and it's going to be real food. So that's exactly what I did. I'm going to link in the description box below some recipes that I found on Pinterest, and they are whole foods, they're gluten-free, and they were really delicious, and I didn't have any leftovers to bring home. I made white bean chicken chili dip, and I served them with carrots, celery, and I did bring some gluten-free tortilla chips for anybody that wanted them with chips. I just had mine with celery and carrots. And then I also made healthy no-bake cookies, also known as preacher cookies. I grew up on those. I love them. I love to eat them still in the pan while they're still warm and you haven't made them into a cookie yet. I made them with honey and coconut oil instead of butter and sugar. I will link that recipe in the description box below. And again, I had no leftovers. Everybody loved them. And I would warn them, okay, I'm like, this doesn't taste like the no-bake cookie that your mom makes. It has more of a dark chocolate taste just because you're not using as much sugar, and it also has a slight coconutty flavor from the coconut oil, and it didn't hold, like, you have to kind of keep it cool. The room got really hot with all the body heat that was in there, so they kind of got really sticky and soft, but they were still delicious, and everybody loved them, and I will make them again because they're awesome. We also had a holiday this week. I am a Christian. We observe Resurrection Sunday, and that of course also means get-togethers and more food. Luckily, we went to my mother-in-law's house and everybody brought a dish, so I was really eyeballing meat, vegetables, fruit. I brought cantaloupe and pineapple. I brought that so I knew I would at least have fresh fruit, and I knew my mother-in-law was making a ham, so I thought if I just have ham and fruit, that would be fine. But I got there, there was a broccoli cauliflower salad with, okay, sorry, squirrel. So there was a broccoli cauliflower salad that had dried cranberries in there. It was delicious. Again, foods that I could recognize, and I knew if it, and the dressing was very, didn't taste like there was any sugar in it. So that was good. I had deviled eggs. And I thought, you know, there's not enough sugar in there to make me go lose my mind or anything. But there was a lot of dessert, and I love dessert. But in my mind, it just wasn't worth it. Like I wanted dessert, and I looked to see if there was any gluten-free option, but everything had a crust, or it was a cake or a pie. So I walked away with no dessert. And I was pretty proud of myself. So, you know, and it wasn't, I mean, I had gone with the intention of allowing myself to have a dessert, but then when I got there, I'm just like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So I just had another piece of ham and called it a day. And then I thought, well, when I get home, I'll just make some more healthy no-bake cookies. But when I got home, I didn't want that either. So I did really good. We also had visitors from out of town. My brother, sister-in-law, and nephew got to come and spend a couple of nights with us. We had a great time, and they did buy pizza for us, and I did have a slice. Gluten from the crust didn't upset my stomach. I only had one slice. I just didn't eat the outside crust. So anyway, so I did really good considering that I was in social settings, and I've been doing good on the water. Have I had any sweet tea? Yes. I've had a few glasses this week, but we have cut down the sugar to a half a cup of sugar per gallon. Since we've cut down on the sugar and I'm not going through it as much, I was able to buy a good quality pure cane sugar. So I felt good about that. It's not necessarily a refined sugar. And I did have a dessert last night with my husband after the kids went to bed. I broke out a candy bar that I found. I went to Tractor Supply Company. I'll show you a picture. But I thought, well, that's a really funny name for a candy bar. And then I saw what was in it. I'm like, oh my goodness, we have to try this. So it had potato chips and bacon flavored bits, not a whole food. My first dessert that's not, you know, a healthy dessert in several weeks. So I was completely okay with that and had absolutely no regret. Yeah, we even had an Easter breakfast at my church. We had after sunrise service, we had breakfast, and what was served was bacon, sausage, biscuits, gravy. Somebody brought oatmeal with all the fixins, and then of course I brought fruit, and there were pastries. I love pastries, but I didn't have any of those things. I had scrambled eggs, bacon, and fruit, and water. Didn't have coffee. I did have coffee yesterday, and I didn't like it. And I was really, I mean, it's my coffee. It's the coffee that I always have. And I was just like, I guess after a couple of weeks of not having it and of just having green tea, I didn't like it. I feel like there's a hair on me. I shed like a collie. What are some of the differences that I have noticed? My favorite pants that I wear, like my house cleaning, housewife breeches that I like to wear, they're soft, they're comfortable, they're like not quite yoga pants, not quite sweatpants, but somewhere in between, are falling off of me. So that means I get new yoga pants. Yeah, yesterday I was wearing them and I was working outside and I kept having to pull them up. They do have a drawstring. I guess I could have tightened them, but I didn't. Some of my clothes fit better. Some of them are starting to get too big. Like my favorite flannel shirts. And I am not going to buy new flannel shirts. I'm keeping those. I'm just going to take them in because my mom bought them for me. But I love them. And they're very, very comfortable. They're just very, very too big. My energy level is better. My energy level is a lot better, actually. My skin, I told you all that the dry patches on my face had cleared up and still looking better, I think. I mean, I am wearing makeup, so you can't really see, but I've noticed like the redness in my face is not as bad. Also, I usually have very itchy skin on my legs, and that's a lot better. And I think a lot of it's just from drinking water. All right, so energy levels better, skin is better, clothes are fitting or falling off. And so now you want to know the magic number. Did I lose weight this week? Yes, I did. So last week I was 194.0. This morning I was 191.5. So that's what, 2.5 pounds? Is that right? Yeah, 2.5 pounds that I lost in a week. And that was during a holiday and during having family in from out of town and friends from out of town and going to a lot of fellowship things. That's pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. Yeah. So that's it. I hope you guys had a good week. Don't forget to also, if you're a lady, click on the link in the description box below for the closed for women only Facebook group page. If you're a man and you're also working on this, please feel free to comment down below. Women are different than men as far as how we're built. We have our hormones affect our weight and our weight affects our hormones, and it's not the same as you guys. And I'm like, that's not fair. And I guess, I don't know, like, can you tell? Right here, like, my jaw is more chiseled, more pronounced, I think, too. Oh, look at my earrings, ladies. It is a mason jar, and it has my initials in it. And I'm going to put the boutique that I got it from in the description box below. It's an Etsy store, and she's out of Georgia. So I was like, ooh, a Georgia girl. I'm going to have to support that. I will tell you that they are vinyl. It's vinyl. The first time I wore them, I made the mistake of falling asleep on my couch, and it kind of moved the stuff around. So what I did was I put a coat of clear fingernail polish to seal them on there so they don't move. But anyway, it's an Etsy store called Bushel and a Peck, and I will link her store in the description box below. But she does monogram pearl earrings, and you can get everything from, she does, like, I've seen beehives, mascots, college mascots. Anyway, lots of really cute stuff. So definitely check her out. Tell her Tangy the Caver's Wife sent you. She's also on Instagram. But yeah, she's a Georgia girl. And I was like, oh my gosh, those earrings are so cute. And then when I found out she was a Georgia girl, I was like, I just have to do it now. They're regularly $15. And and that includes the monogram and everything. But she will sometimes run a sale for $10. Anyway, definitely check them out. But yeah, look, they're mason jars. I mean, like, how perfect is that for a homesteader, right? All right, so that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out all the links I've got in the description box below. And I haven't come up with a byword, and I haven't come up with a new intro yet. It's just been a really crazy week. So that's it. I got a lot to do today. Like I always do. Got a butt chin. I had to get a flannel shirt on. It's cold in here. Anyway, until next time, guys. Live long and be healthy. No, it's not gonna work. May the health be with you. No. I like big fruit and I cannot lie.